Hey everyone, and
Hello!
welcome to episode 54 of the Video Games Ahoy podcast. Hey. My name is Jonathan Radford, and today I'm joined by Daf Gape.
Hello!
And Daf Weeks.
Alright, Gavna.
Wow, I like that. I really enjoyed that. How's it going? How's it going, boys?
It's going good, man.
Davy, how was your Pokemon? How was your Pokemons?
My Pokemons were good, thank you.
Good.
I made a lot of mistakes, but we had fun making them.
But yes, so someone just asked. It's Adam. Yes, we have two Davs. We have.
I know, weird, right?
I know it's
The only two devs.
two Davs, Dav Weeks, and as you know, Davy G. Gents, should we talk about the podcast?
Please do.
Yeah, let's talk about the podcast. If you're watching us for the first time, then hey, or listening to us for the first time, then also hey. And if you've listened to us or seen us before, then welcome back. It's nice to see you. We put these episodes out every Friday, although now we're doing these live, which is we're just saying is a lot of fun. It's oh no, which one is Real Panic? I don't know what that. I guess if we had to
Is this a hangover from your stream, Dav?
maybe.
I don't know.
But yeah, we put these out. So now we're doing these podcasts live, which is a lot of fun. We've actually been really enjoying them. We've been doing the quiz, so stick around to the end. Or if you have to leave, make sure you come back for the end. These normally last for an hour and 10 minutes. So make sure you come back for the last 20 minutes at least, because we do the quiz, which is a lot of fun. And we've actually had two people winning from... Oh no, it was Quentin both times. He won both times, didn't he?
Swine.
Yeah, he's won both
Smashing
times.
it.
So we got people winning from outside the team. So make sure you join in for the quiz at the end. But we also put these episodes out on Friday morning on YouTube, where you can see our faces. It's also on Twitch as well, if you want to go back and watch on Twitch. And it's on podcast as well. So make sure you check us out. We also have a Patreon page, which I'll talk about at the end. We'll discuss that at the end. And we have a Discord, where if you want to come and join, have a little chat. Even if you want to come and tell people in the the Discord, that you're doing stuff, that's totally fine. Come and say hello. That's absolutely fine. Otherwise, should we crack on, boys? Should we crack on? Crack on with the podcast.
Let's do this.
So like it's been it's not been as hectic as last week. It's just been some more interesting bits of information have been announced this week. So we'll get onto those. Especially one thing which I'm very excited to tell Dav. Well, actually, both of you, really. We'll talk about both of that.
Okay.
With you. Dav Gape, I have a feeling you might already know, but I don't think Dav Weeks does. But we'll get
Okay.
into it. Okay, so there was a Wired article by Peter Rubin on the PS5, and it's basically discussing what the PS5 has been like 6 months after release. And it's a really good article, actually. If you really recommend checking it out if you get a chance. It was a really good read. But there's three things. There was three things that I took from the article, which I thought were really interesting, and I thought we could discuss. So the first thing is that Herman Hulst, who is a Guerrilla co-founder, has basically said in this interview that there are at least 25 titles in development currently for the PS5, and nearly half of them are entirely new IPs. So what he said was there's an incredible amount of variety originating from different regions, Hull says, big, small, and different genres. Now, remember, there was a couple of weeks ago, maybe even a couple of months ago, actually, we were discussing the fact that PlayStation actually been closing down a lot of studios, and actually closing down like smaller games as well, like more indie games. So first of all, it's actually quite nice to hear that they are doing smaller games as well, and the fact that if we're going on this, I mean, saying nearly half of which are nearly entirely new IPs, it's quite nice that maybe like 10 of the 25 are potentially new games, new IPs, which is really cool. But that's the first thing I thought, because that's actually I think that's the first time we've actually heard something like an actual number saying these are the amount of games coming out for the PS5 that we have actually currently in development, specifically from Sony. There's a Sony exclusives. They might not actually be directly from Sony. They might be like from people who are just doing games for them specifically. But yeah, so that's the first thing I thought I'd mention. And this is just kind of about the PlayStation in general. And I think that I probably mentioned the second bit as well, because the second bit actually kind of ties in with Guerrilla Games. And that is Horizon Forbidden West is still on course to release at the end of this year. I say less said about God of War. We still haven't heard anything about God of War. I don't expect it to. I don't expect God of War to come out this year. But so Guerrilla Studio director Angie Smets actually has said that the DualSense haptics capabilities are allowing you to do certain things. Basically, like if you want to take a stealth approach to combat situation, you dive into long grass. You can feel those long grass leaves in your controller, which is pretty cool. I mean, not real grass. That would be amazing, actually. If you
I was going to say, that's a really weird bit of tech, that.
Through the DualSense. So those are the first 2 stories. Is there anything you guys want to add to that? Like, really about that? That's just kind of the news from PlayStation, really.
Yeah, just PlayStation are making games.
Yeah,
finally.
I'm glad that. Well, that's the thing. They said there are 25 games coming. They said they're going to be big and small, but they haven't said that they're all first party. So the idea of them abandoning smaller titles still is there until we know more about where these small games are coming from.
Well, it's saying
it doesn't actually say that, even though we've closed Japan Studio, we're still making games that Japan Studio would have made.
Yeah.
What they're saying is games like the games that Japan Studio would have made if we hadn't closed them down are coming to PS5, just not from us.
Yeah, so what it's saying is, I mean, the one thing it did say was variety originating from different regions. So different regions could just be, like you say, like could just be Europe and it could just be America, which I know Sony are focusing a lot more on compared to like what it used to be, like even like 10 years ago. But yeah, so that is a thing. I think it's a good point. We still need to hear more, I guess, but it's also really good to know that there are brand new IPs coming. Because that's always exciting. That's always really exciting.
Yeah.
And I think what's that game? Dav, we saw it on the PlayStation.
Sifu.
No, not Sifu. Although that looked awesome. The game that you actually went out and bought.
Kena Bridge of Spirits.
Yeah, so they actually hinted that they're already starting to work or plan for their next game already as well, which is really cool. I quite like that because that game looked gorgeous. That game
comes out in August,
and they actually started development on that on the PS4. That is actually in this article as well. Totally recommend reading it. That article was actually talking about them and how they've changed things for the PS5, added things, and made it even better. So, which I imagine there's going to be a free copy for the PS5. I don't know, which one did you buy? PS4 or PS5? I imagine it was PS5 version, but maybe there will be an update. Like there'll be an update, like it is.
Of Kena Bridge of Spirits, I bought the PS5 version.
There we are. Cool. So you'll get cool.
I thought it was PS5 only.
I think it's PS4 as well because I think they started making it for the PS4. But yeah, the final thing I want to talk about with Sony is that there's a comparison between the PS5 and the PS4 in how often people are using it and certain things. Now, there is something you need to add to this, obviously, because a lot of this is dictated by the fact that it's COVID and people have been in lockdown and been stuck in more. But according to Sony spokespeople, from launch through the end of March, users logged 81% more time on the console than on the PS4 during its own comparable period in 2013 to 2014. Similarly, 11% more game units have sold during the PS5's first 5 months than on its predecessor. Like I said, is some of that to do to increased home time? Probably. I imagine it is. But across the PlayStation ecosystem, user gameplay time was 20% higher than in March 2021 than a year prior. So, March 2021 compared to March 2020. So that's really interesting, actually, because, again, we I remember when the PlayStation 4 came out, how big a deal that was, because I know at that time a lot of people had actually jumped to the PlayStation from the Xbox. I mean, I did, for instance. I had an Xbox 360 and got a PlayStation 4. But I guess the interesting thing as well is that the PlayStation 5 is so much harder to come by. PlayStation 4 was hard to come by. PlayStation 5 is almost impossible for a lot of people, unless you're willing to sit by the computer for hours upon ends. But yeah, do you guys have anything else to add to that, I guess, about Sony doing well, PlayStation 5, I guess?
I mean, since it's launched, have they actually released that much stuff, like original content?
Returnal. There's been a couple of games like Spider-Man, Miles Morales was one of the big ones. Returnal is probably the biggest recent one, and Demon's Souls as well. That was
that was all launchy stuff, but it's been here for 6 months now, and I'm generally like kind of 6 months in. I'd hope to see some more games to have come out by now. I'm finding it a bit weird that like I'm still hearing about the same games that came out at launch. Yeah.
Well, I guess a lot of that has to do with the pandemic, really, because I imagine Ratchet and Clank, for instance, was supposed to have come out, like, say, maybe even April. I guess. Like,
That's coming out now?
Yeah, it's coming out soon. Yeah, I think it's like the next 3 weeks that's coming out. It looks amazing, by the way. That game looks incredible. But yeah, it is interesting that it's doing so much better than the PlayStation 4, considering the issues that it's facing as well. I imagine there's way less first-party games that have come out previously. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to something slightly different. This is Capcom, and VGC's Andy Robertson has reported that Capcom has announced record profits in its latest annual financial results, driven by the sales of new games such as Monster Hunter Rise and catalog sales of Resident Evil and Monster Hunter World. So for the 12 months ended, the sales were up by 17%, and operating income up by 51%, that's pretty incredible. But then when we think about actually how well Capcom have done in the last year, it's really no surprise at all. When you like Monster Hunter Rise, I mean, I think they've said Monster Hunter Rise since it came out when did it come out? March. It sold 5 million units. It's tracking a Nintendo first party title rate, which is insane, which is absolutely insane. And I imagine Resident Evil Village, I think that's actually tracking better than 6, which I think is their fastest selling Resident Evil game. Is that the 6 or 5? I can't remember which one. But yeah, Capcom are doing really good. I mean, Daf Gape, actually, are you going to buy... you said you're going to buy Monster Hunter Rise. Do you reckon you'll dive into that at some point?
Well, I really like... Capcom is one of those weird companies. I really like all of their franchises, but I never want to buy any of them and play them.
Yeah.
Like Resident Evil Village, I'm really hyped about, but I don't really have any intention of playing it. And same with Monster Hunter Rise. I'm like, dude, that game looks awesome.
Yeah.
And I did play like 15, 20 hours of Monster Hunter World and had a blast. But unless you've got like a good squad going, it's hard to keep going with those games. And I don't know. I love Capcom. I love what they're doing with a lot of their games, but I just don't really want to play them.
Yeah, I kind of know how you feel. I for me, it's interesting because having beaten Resident Evil 2 recently, I'm kind of like, okay, I might go and replay a lot of those Resident Evil games. I might leave 4 because I know they're remaking 4, basically, but I might go back and replay the first game because I know there's the HD remake they did 15 years ago, whatever it was, but that's actually quite good apparently. But there's loads of games, but I'm the same as you. I look at Monster Hunter and I go, I think this looks amazing, but that's as far as I'll go. I think it looks amazing, but I'm not sure if I want to play it. And I know people love it, and it's doing really, really well. But it's just really interesting. But I mean, at the same time, they're absolutely smashing it, and I imagine they'll keep smashing it. I think Capcom are just giving everyone what they want, really. Resident Evil remakes all over the place, new Resident Evil games, and new Monster Hunter games. I mean, that's kind of what they're going to be doing for the next couple of years, I reckon. But yeah, Capcom doing really, really, really well. Right, so this is the topic. This is the topic I'm kind of excited to talk to you guys about. And there's been rumors all over the place today. And I try not to delve into rumors too much. The last one we kind of did was the Mario one, and it's kind of linked to that. But there are rumors that Nintendo is looking to resurrect Donkey Kong by bringing it in-house with development currently underway, apparently with Nintendo EPD, which is the team responsible for Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, that's the main team.
Yeah, which is really interesting because a lot of people think this could be them making a Donkey Kong 3D game. Now, there's been loads of different sources, loads of different people have been saying they've heard the same thing, that there's a game being made, but they don't know more than that. Some people have said it is 3D, some people have said it's not, it's 2D or more like Donkey Kong Country. I think the interesting thing to talk about is which one would sell better, I guess, but also which one would they do better? Daf Weeks, for instance, this is the story I was saying to you earlier that I think might appeal to you. If you were to buy a Donkey Kong game, would a 3D game intrigue you way more than a 2D game?
Yes.
There we are.
Yes, absolutely. I
mean,
I haven't played Tropical Freeze, for example.
Yeah.
I would be much more interested in something made by the Odyssey peeps. And as long as it's got the DK rap in it, that's all I'd care about.
Standard. It has to be there.
It'll have to have the DK rap in it. That's like a law.
Or the updated version, like a newer version of the DK rap. I think that'd be amazing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe it'll be like trap music or something.
But yeah, Daf Gape, what about you? Any thoughts on this?
I completely disagree.
Yeah.
I think Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is the greatest 2D platformer of all time.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with that. It's a phenomenal game. I love it.
I think it's better than Super Mario Bros. 3. I think it's better than Super Mario World. I think it's better than every other 2D game, 2D platformer ever.
Yeah.
So please give me another one of those. However, that was made by Retro, and Retro are very busy making Metroid Prime 4.
They are indeed.
So would it be the same game? Would it be of the same style? I don't know. I think a Donkey Kong 3D game would sell better initially. I don't know if it would have the legs, though. I just don't know how they would make it into a good game.
Well, it's interesting because it's really interesting actually, because there's a lot of like people who go back and play Donkey Kong 64, and it really doesn't hold up very well at all. It's kind of like Banjo-Kazooie. Obviously, it's made by Rare, so it's very similar to Banjo-Kazooie, but it's way worse when it comes to like collectibles. Like you have to replay every single level with every single character like a couple of times to be able to get everything, and you have to do that for every single stage, and apparently it's like a nightmare to get like to complete the game. So yeah, I'm kind of with you, Dan. I'm kind of torn. From what I've read, like it does sound like it's going to be a 2D game, which is fine. But at the same time, it's kind of like I feel like that is a missed opportunity in a little way, because Mario Odyssey is probably the best 3D Mario game, and the team was so on form with that. I would be interested to see what they would do with Donkey Kong in a 3D setting. I like
mix it up. I think you can do both.
Yeah, you could.
You can have those 2D, like the minecart levels.
Yeah.
And then you can have like your sort of like little exploration of a certain area.
Yeah.
A game I've not yet played, but I have on the Switch and it's ready to go. I can't wait to play it. Is called not Ukulele, but Ukulele and the Impossible Lair.
Yeah.
Which is basically their version of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
Yeah.
But between the levels, there's like a world map that you explore as a 3D environment. And that really intrigues me. And there are like puzzles and levels within that 3D environment as well. So I think there's definitely, it doesn't have to be either or.
Yeah, it's a good point.
But just Tropical Freeze is so damn good.
It is good. I think the interesting thing, I guess, is that if we talk like figures, if we actually talk about sales and stuff, Tropical Freeze, I think, has sold like 6 million in total across 2 consoles, which is the sticking point when it comes to like 2D games. From, I guess, it could be from their perspective, and they think, well, Odyssey sold 20 million, we know it's Mario as well, but if they go, here's a bright, shiny new 3D game from the team that made Super Mario Odyssey with DK and friends, like, maybe that's a way for them to go, let's try and breathe some real life into it. Because, Dav, you're totally right, like, Tropical Freeze is one of my favorite, it's one of the best games on the Switch. Like, it's one of the best games, like, platformers I've ever played. It's one of my favorite. It probably is my favorite. And I think we had this conversation before. I, in the most part, prefer Donkey Kong platformers to Mario platformers. Like, I think that personally for me, I think they're better. But yeah, I'm really intrigued. I just as long as they bring back that DK rap, that's all I want.
Yeah. Well, you know what? All this chat out of the window. They're going to make a new version of Donkey Konga. With bongo peripherals.
Oh my
Or as my mate used to call it, Monkey Bongo.
Oh, that's amazing.
Donkey Konga 3, Monkey Bongo.
Monkey Bongo.
I think that's amazing. I think that's amazing. But no, that wouldn't surprise me at all. Apparently,
hey, I got Pokemon Snap as a good bloody thing, and I think this might be my next call for 2021.
On top of the Mario MMO.
Yeah, that's on the back burner.
That's on the back. Well, apparently they've been working on this since 2017. So, like, since Odyssey finished, this was the thing they've been working on. But
wow, it's
been a while then.
It's interesting though, because then that would mean that Retro weren't working on it, because they didn't pick up on Metroid 4 until like 2019. So what were they doing for 2 years? I mean, what have Retro been doing since 2014 anyway? But still, that's a topic for another day. Right, so there's two enough about Donkey Kong, even though we all love Donkey Kong. Just 2 really quick topics about stuff we need to save the date for. EA Play Live is coming back on July 22nd, so make sure you save the date for that. there's not many EA games that I actually play, and I'm going to talk about an EA game today, which I was very disappointed in. Yeah, but it won't be a shock. But yeah, make sure you get EA Play Live is coming on July 22nd, and Dragon Quest 35th anniversary stream announced for May 26th. I doubt I'm going to be awake for it because in the UK it's 4 a.m. Which is not happening. But if you're in America, it's 8 p.m. or 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern on the 26th of May, which is that's pretty nice. Pretty nice.
I'm expecting Dragon Quest 12.
That'd be nice. Do you know what I would like? I would just like all the Dragon Quest games on the Switch. That would be really nice. Oh man, that would.
Quite a few. Well, 1, 2, and 3 are.
Yeah, a few of them are.
11 obviously is.
But it'd be nice to play like the ones closer to 11. That'd be
eight.
Nice.
8. A lot of people say 8 is the best of all time.
That's the kind of region that I want to play as well. That kind of area. But apparently, I should actually go back to mention the Dragon Quest 35th anniversary. It's also Donkey Kong's 40th anniversary, which is apparently why they're making the game. So should go back and just put that in.
If we get a Donkey Kong game at the end of this year, we're going to get that, and we're going to get the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remake. Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, that's actually going to be brilliant. We've only actually got one story left, and that is a story from Eurogamer, and I actually shared this in the group earlier.
If it isn't this, I have a very small story afterwards as well.
Cool. So Eurogamer has shared a link to a deal on humblebundle.com that is not only worth checking out because it goes towards an incredible cause, but it has some incredible games. So Humble has launched the Heal COVID-19 bundle to support a number of charities aiding the hardest hit countries such as Brazil and India, as well as the global medical effort to save lives. In total, you can get 35 different games, which I'll name a lot of them now. Books, comics, and software for just £15. Okay, for £15, I don't know what that works out into in dollars, but I imagine it's around $20. All of the money raised will go to the charities Direct Relief, Doctors Without Borders, International Medical Corps, and Give India. So this is just a couple of the games, okay?
Some good games on this list.
Baba Is You, Into the Breach, Bioshock Remastered, Euro Truck Simulator 2, Undertale, Hyperlight Drifter, Tooth and Tail, The Witness, This War of Mine, Saints Row the Third, Titan Quest Anniversary Edition, Super Hot, Stick Fight, Portal Knights, Wargroove, Brutal Legend, Death Squared, Crusader Kings Complete, Pinstripe, Teleglitch, Dwarves? Dead in Bermuda, Bury Me, My Love. That is, I mean, a few of those games you'd pay £15 just for.
Yeah.
And there's more as well. There's way more things. I actually spent like 10 minutes trying to download them all to Steam earlier just so I had them. But there's honestly a couple of those games. I'm like, I would really like to play those. So I'm yes, of course I'll do this. So,
Bury Me, My Love is really hard hitting, but like in a really nice and gentle way.
Yeah.
Really interesting game. It's traditionally a phone game, I think, originally.
Really?
It kind of is like you're using a phone of I believe, I can't remember now, it's been a couple of years. I think it's a Syrian refugee going through the refugee process. And a really interesting game. Also, like The Witness, Into the Breach is one of the best tactical turn-based strategy games.
Wargroove as well, man.
Wargroove is another one of the best tactical turn-based.
How is no one here talking about Brutal Legend?
I was just going to say.
I was going to say
Brutal Legend.
The only one that I have no idea why it's here is Brutal Legend.
Daf Weeks, were you playing This War of Mine recently?
Yeah. So that's I'm the one who got Zach onto it.
So that's on there as well. That's on there, like I said, 15,
it's worth it for that, man.
£15.
That's a great game.
All of those games, it really. I mean, Crusader Kings as well has been getting really good reviews for the third game that's just come out. So I might go and check the first one out. Like it gives you the soundtrack to Pinstripe as well. So the whole soundtrack to the game you get as well. Like there's loads of stuff. Honestly, I mean, it goes towards an incredible cause as well.
This is the easiest win-win charity thing ever.
Honestly, as soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh, I want like at least 4 of these games, so I'm just gonna do it." So yeah, it's totally worth it, and I'm gonna spend the next 4 months streaming Euro Truck Simulator 2 now.
Amazing!
Hey, I got a lot of streamer mates who like to do simulators.
I thought that wasn't a joke. I really genuinely might play it.
It's so chill watching them. You just sit there like, I'm in the passenger seat.
I'll just drive from Swansea to Cardiff every day and just do my whole routine. Just feel like I'm home. Gents, that is it for the news. Dad, was there anything else you wanted to add?
Yes, the Epic versus Apple court case is going on right now. And it's absolutely fascinating.
It is bonkers, yeah.
Let me just get the name of the person's feed that I've been reading. But there's one specific thing I want to talk about very briefly.
Is it the... I think it
yes, it absolutely is that.
I know what you're going to say.
I think his name is Addy Robertson, is the read that I've been reading. Let me just quickly get it. Addy Robertson. Yeah, Addy Robertson, the Dextriarchy, senior reporter for The Verge, basically. And there's one of the things that came out is at one point they were discussing Fortnite, of course.
Yeah.
And they were talking about the different characters and stuff. And they had the skin of the banana character, the Peely.
Yeah, Peely.
And Mr. Peely. And they had it was like just a banana, right, with arms and legs or whatever. And they had the one version of him with a suit where he's like a secret agent. And there was like a 10-minute discussion between the lawyers and the expert witness about why it was more appropriate not to have a naked banana shown on screen in court. Why it would be like uncouth to have a naked banana. Bananas don't wear clothes.
Yet.
All bananas are naked.
Oh my god, these people get paid like hundreds of dollars an hour.
Yeah.
That is a very expensive 10-minute discussion about banana nudity.
It's really funny as well.
Yeah.
Like it's really funny.
I like the memes that are coming out. Like loads of memes like Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney.
Yeah.
But Objection!
Yeah, it's just like you can understand why we couldn't have a naked banana on the screen right now. And they're like, I don't believe I do understand.
What?
That's amazing. It is. The thing is, I'm trying not to talk about it too much, so we can have like a comprehensive like chat about it. But like, you're totally right. I saw that this morning. And I was pissing myself.
Chicken Patty says, "Tell them about bananas in pajamas."
Hey.
Well, yeah, we can't see them in their nightwear.
No,
that's too much.
Oh God, no!
Bananas in tuxedos doesn't really have the same. Doesn't have the same feel. All right. Should we? That's it with the news. Should we have a little chat about games we've been playing? Daf Weeks, we haven't seen you in a while. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I guess. I'll be honest. My playing has drastically decreased.
Busy boy.
Busy boy.
as a result. However, there are quiet times when I'm on my job, when I have like 15 minutes alone. Let's be honest, on the loo. So I've got some great toilet game recommendations right now.
Lovely.
Brilliant.
Okay.
I love this.
Right.
We need to keep this as a section every time.
Dav's toilet games.
Dav's toilet games. Okay.
Number one.
That's also the title of the podcast now, by the way.
Amazing. There we go. But Peggle.
Peggle's
great.
Come on. Game.
Right. Like, if anyone ever needs like a fidget spinner, or if someone just needs to occupy their hands, Peggle is like brilliant for that.
I love it.
Toilet Games Ahoy.
Toilet Games Ahoy.
Yeah. So Peggle is great. For those who don't know what it is, it's in the vein of Bubble Bobble and
but better.
But yeah, Puzzle Ball. Yeah, better. Ping a ball, try and get rid of all the pegs on the stage by hitting them. Simple as that. With cute characters. And it does is it Ode to Joy or was it Hallelujah Chorus? Every time you win, and that's really satisfying.
That was beautiful, by the way. That was gorgeous.
Thank you.
So there's that. And then the other one for me that's really occupied my time is Mini Metro.
Oh, yeah, that's a fun game.
That is a fun game. Yeah, it's a really fun game. I got really hooked and really frustrated with it. This is a cracking little one where basically you draw a tube map. It's as simple as that. You're running a tube map. You draw the lines connecting stations, and then people get on, people get off.
Yeah.
And basically, you're not allowed to let any of the stations overrun with people. So you have to put more trains on, build more lines, connect
to
more
the
of the
London
Underground. Come on, Cindy, get your act together. And that's a really good, fun time waster. Honestly, like 3 minutes a pop. Great. So there we go. Those are my games. Chill little, let your mind calm down for a second kind of games.
Dav's toilet games. This is going to be a weekly thing now. I'm going to come to you every week and you're going to tell me.
So make sure you go to the toilet before next week.
See what inspires me.
At least once. Just keep clicking through. Awesome. Daf Gape, do you want to go? Do you have anything you want to chat about?
Yeah, I haven't been playing much on the toilet, but what I have been playing, a couple of small games. One is called Leo's Fortune. Right. You play a small, furry green ball with eyes and a beautiful moustache. It's a 2D platformer, 2 hours max, and it's really slick. You're a little ball, no arms or legs, and your movement is left or right, and you can jump by like expanding yourself, which then also works if you need to bounce off a wall.
Nice.
You jump off that wall, or you can, and then you float when you're expanding, or you can press another button which sinks you straight down. And every level, there's a new mechanic or a new sort of way of a puzzle working around your very simple mechanics, and it's just glorious. And it's only a couple hours. And I was saying, I was streaming it on Wednesday, yesterday, and I remember saying, this is what Sonic games need, because it feels fluid, and when you stop, you feel like you're stopping intentionally, and you've got a puzzle to solve before you get to the next bit.
Yeah.
Not, Sonic, gotta go fast! Oh, hit a wall, great, dead, great, spikes. Like, when you stop, you're stopping with intent, and you're working out what the puzzle is, and the puzzles don't take too long to solve. It's a great game. You can probably get it for like £3, I reckon, somewhere. Really cool game, Leo's Fortune. And another game I've been playing is very different, but it takes about the same amount of time to complete. It's called Bound. I don't know if you've heard of Bound. You start off and you play a pregnant woman on the beach, and you walk for a little bit, and then she sits down, opens up a book. And it's a book of children's drawings. And each drawing is a memory, and each memory is a level. And the way that the levels work is they're like really surreal, absurdist 3D platformers based on like cubism and Dadaism. And the way you traverse it, you play these really interesting monster like designs, but there's no combat. The way you traverse the world is through dance.
All right.
And so the only mechanics you have are different forms of dance. And it's just like spellbinding. Like you just spend you do these pirouettes and leaps and like this floor movement. It's sort of a mix between contemporary and balletic movements. And really nice. Another one of those, like something that is similar about this in Leo's Fortunes, the puzzles don't keep you there for too long. And with Bound, you can brute force your way through it really just by dancing. And then after every level, there's like a 3D snapshot that you can walk through that slowly pieces together and shows you sort of elements of a broken family when this, and you realize that it's the pregnant woman's childhood memories. And after every sort of level or two, you then make it a little bit further on the beach as you're like strolling, like the weather changes and stuff. And she's going through these memories, and you realize that when you get to the end of the game, I will spoil it because I don't think that affects the journey that you take on the game. I think it is worth playing, even if you know how it ends. So spoiler warning for Bound, the next 2 minutes. You're going towards a house that you maybe think is your own house or something. And you get there and there's an old man sitting inside. And what you realize by the end of the game is that your family became a broken family in inverted commas, and your father left when you were a young girl, and you're now there pregnant with his grandchild. And the game ends with a decision that you get to make of whether you ring the doorbell or you just leave in your partner's car. And you go, actually, no, this is too much for me. I don't want to deal with this. And it's just really, just like a real journey. And it never felt like a chore. Even when you're walking through the beach at such a slow pace as this pregnant woman, right? And she's just like taking it all in and stuff. You don't feel, you're happy with the pace that she's walking in. And it's never for very long. And then she sits down again, and then you can pick any level in any order.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
from the pages of the book.
Like
and I didn't know this, so I just picked the last page, and I was like, oh, sweet, this must be how I'd get into the next level. And I was like, oh, I just played the last level first. Yeah, but no, like, because... And there are some things, like there's one bit where the mother has these pearls in every memory. Well, in some of the memories. And there's one where the pearls get ripped off in an argument. And then you're able to work out, okay, well, she's not wearing the pearls, so this actually would have happened after that memory.
Yeah.
And even the pages in the book, I'm not sure, so I wasn't keeping track whether they were in order anyway. So you're like, oh, this is in memory, actually. This is like, this is showing the progress of where this family broke down. But yeah, really interesting game. Really cool game.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bound. I'm sure it's really cheap somewhere. I know it's on PS Now. That's how I played it.
PS Now.
And Leo's Fortune, I think. I downloaded them both on PS Now.
How is PS Now doing for you? Is it better?
Well, I was playing on PC originally, so that's why it was garbage.
Right.
Now I'm on PS5. I can actually download the games and play them.
Right. Okay.
I paid for a year's worth straight out the back because I've not bought a single PS5 game except for Kena Bridge of Spirits.
Right.
I just had PS Now and PS Plus for a year.
Yeah.
And that's doing me all right so far. PS Now, yeah, playing a lot of indie games that I wouldn't have been able to play otherwise or wouldn't have necessarily paid for. Gravity Rush, Loco Roco, Bound, Leo's Fortune. I've got Ho-Hokum on there, Gravity Rush 2, Loco Roco 2. Yeah, there's a good bunch of games on PS Now. Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, I think, is on there. So for indie games, it's a really nice space there, and I think I should be able to make my way through everything I'd want to play within the year. So for a year, sure, but it could do with some more stuff. Yeah,
it needs more PS4 games, really.
It needs a lot more PS4 games, and it needs you. What it needs is for you to be able to download PS3 games onto your PS5.
Why can't you just download everything on there?
It's madness.
It doesn't make sense to me at all.
Madness.
Yeah, awesome. Anything else, Daf? Anything else you want to add?
Don't think so. Finished Pokemon Snap. I finished Pokemon Snap.
Oh, how was the final?
Yeah, really nice. There is a legendary Pokemon in the game. I won't say what it is, but it's good to know that there is one. So if you're plowing through going, really, this is the end of this island, don't worry, there is a legendary Pokemon you get to meet. And it felt worth it. The payoff felt worth it. Yeah, really good game.
Would you go back if they added in like more, or do you think you're kind of done? Is your adventure done, even if they added more in? If they added more in,
as long as it's not too soon. If they add more in like 6 months, like we've got a new island, like these different tracks, I'm like, sweet, let's go. But yeah, if they did it now, I'd be like, oh, I think I'm a bit tired of it actually. Yeah. But really nice experience. Had more in it than the original Pokemon Snap did. There's a lot of, if you want to grind to complete it, you can, and there's a lot to do to grind. Yeah, it's a good game. There's a point where you think, oh, actually, my enjoyment up to this point has been fulfilled and worthwhile. The amount of grinding I have to do to get more enjoyment out of it is probably not worth it.
Okay, fair enough. That kind of makes sense. I think the thing is, well, it's quite a slow. It is a very slow game. So like after I know it sounds weird, but there's only so much you can do that for when it's very chill.
I discovered about 75 to 80% of the Pokemon in there, and I'm happy not to go through all a lot of grinding in order to find the other 20%.
Fair enough. That sounds. You got what you needed.
I found Surfing Alolan Raichu. I'm happy.
Happy boy. Right, so I'm just going to briefly talk about this. I don't want to talk about it too much because I didn't actually complete the game. If you line your cams up, it looks like you're all in the same room. Oh yeah, that's a really good point.
I'll bring the green screen up to
bring the green screen. Yeah, it's like, oh hey guys. But yeah, I'm just going to briefly talk about this because it's a game that like essentially was free on PS Plus, and that is Battlefield 5. So obviously I mentioned earlier that I played an EA game. I played it for about 3 hours, and I don't think it's a very long story. So I played I think it's 5 campaign or 5 little individual stories you have to get through. And I was on this. I got to the first 2, and I was just like, I don't care. So I just deleted the game, and there was a couple of reasons why, but it was just
it feels good, right? It feels good deleting the game.
Sometimes, honestly, it is great to just go. nah, I don't need to beat this game. I don't need to do it. And that's kind of what I did. It was fine. Like it I don't know. It's just. I don't know. It's weird because I haven't played like a first-person shooter in ages, let alone like a World War II first-person shooter. It's probably been maybe like since World at War. COD World at War was probably the last one that I remember playing. I didn't play Medal of Honor. I didn't play the recent Call of Duty World War II one, so I haven't played one in a long time. The last one that I kind of played like that was Battlefield 1. Which was really good. The online battle.
I remember you
really
loving
good.
that.
It's a really good game, and like
even the campaign's quite enjoyable in Battlefield 1.
The campaign with Battlefield 1 is really, really impressive as well because like some of the chat, like it really does drive home how much. Like I'm a history nerd. I love reading. I don't love obviously the topic in itself, but I do love reading about it because it's like how did this happen sort of thing. And like Battlefield 1 it does really delve into like World War One and just how pointless so much of it was.
Yeah.
So much of it was pointless. And then like it really does drive home just how these people were like thrown and like in real life, thrown in the middle of France and going, yeah, okay, kill them, but why? And never, it really does go into that quite a lot. But like when I was playing this one, I don't know. To be fair, a lot of it was actually due to the fact that it just felt glitchy as shit. Like,
oh really?
Like, honestly, like there was a couple of times where like I'd get stuck on a mountain and I'd just be like trying to get out of the way, and like and it's not working. I can't move, and this sucks. And it just felt really clunky. And just it's weird because I wasn't annoyed or anything. I was like, this is just I'm not enjoying this, so I'm just gonna stop playing. But if I'd bought it, I would have been way more like, this is not very good. And then I actually looked at reviews for it recently, and that's pretty much what a lot of people said. It didn't review very well, Battlefield 5. And which is interesting because we were actually talking about this on the podcast the other day. Was it Zombie Army 4?
Yeah.
Like, we've been loving that. Like, genuinely, I know it's not the best game in the world, but like, as free games go, like, we've got a lot out of that. And
historically accurate?
Historically accurate, yes. Very historically accurate. But yeah, that's been great on Multiplayer Monday. It's been really enjoying that. But like, yeah, Battlefield 5, I just wasn't feeling it. And I've said this, in fact, Daf Gape, I should say. I think I said this to you before. Maybe it's just because I don't enjoy first-person shooters as much as I used to.
Yeah.
I like third-person shooters a bit more, but even then, I don't know. Maybe it's just I need something newer, fresher. Maybe.
Look,
I don't know.
If we had a Halo Infinite co-op campaign together,
that'd be amazing.
You would have an absolute blast.
100% no. But
I reckon if you played it on your own, you'd be like, yeah, I'm enjoying myself, but
I think Halo like might offer me something slightly different as well, in that like it at least tries to. I don't know. There's a part of me as well, like I'm not gonna get political at all, but there's a part of me like when World War II is done so often as well, I'm kind of like I think for a lot of people we kind of need to move away from this, to be perfectly honest. And I just think stuff like Halo. I'm looking forward to Halo. I can't wait to get the Xbox Series X or S, whichever one I get at any point. But like, yeah, didn't enjoy Battlefield 5. Wouldn't recommend it. Definitely not.
Wow.
Definitely not a toilet game. Not for me. But that's it. If you are enjoying it though, that's totally fine, and that's totally valid. Ignore me. I'm a twat. All right, let's do the quiz. Let's do the
quiz time.
Let's do the quiz.
Dab.
Boom. Let's do the quiz.
Quiz. I was about to do the opposite. I was going to say, right, I'm going to do a little bit. You finish it off. But
go on, do that anyway.
Yeah, do that.
Okay. It's the quiz. It's the quiz. It's the
quiz.
I had a feeling you were going to do that. In my head, I was like, quiz. That would have been really nice. Daf Weeks. That was beautiful, boys. That was beautiful. We did that for a while, didn't we? We had new titles for the quiz.
Yeah.
But yeah. The VGA choir, Reese says.
There we go. Perfect.
There we go. Right. If anyone wants to join in with the quiz, please let me know. I'll give you like 20 seconds just to go yay or nay, and then we'll crack on.
Big Al's in.
Big Al's in.
Big Al's in. We had
But before you even said it, Big Al was like, "Yes."
I think Yas was the response.
I think it was about you, Dab. I think it was you
I
singing.
think that's what it was in response to, because it was beautiful. It was genuinely beautiful. ACP's in. There we go. Anyone else?
ACP and Big Al will be a team.
Oh, they're
I
going to be a team.
reckon.
Let me put that on Big Al team. Okay.
Quick, before Applitas is ready.
Applitas is
Dab, it's been me against everyone in chat the last 2 weeks.
know,
And
I've been
Applitas
listening.
has won both times.
Yeah, we can't be having that.
Carl's girlfriend will play Bondos.
Reese at WrestleMania's in.
And Reese is in as well. Wow, this is the most we've ever had. Right, I do apologize if I try and get your answers out as quickly as possible so I can actually make sure I get your answers here.
Damn it.
Appetites there now. Okay, cool. Right, here we go. This one is this one has 3 answers, and Daf Gape, I apologize if you just hear me out. Grand Theft Auto 3 was the most expensive game to develop, but has since been usurped by which one of these 3 games? Cyberpunk 2077, Red Dead Redemption 2, or Star Citizen? Grand Theft Auto 3 was the most expensive game to develop, but has since been usurped by which one of these 3 games? In fact, I should have worded that better. All 3 of those games has usurped GTA 5, that should be, not Grand Theft Auto 3. All 3 of them have usurped the development costs. So, but which one is currently the most expensive game to develop? Do you have your answers, everyone?
Yeah.
So, got a couple saying, so is it Cyberpunk, Red Dead, Star Citizen? A, B, or C? Actually, A, B, or C is probably a good way to go from now on. A, B, or C. Check it out. Okay, Daf Weeks, Daf Gape, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, press enter. What are you going
We've
with?
both gone Star Citizen.
Both gone Star Citizen. And you'd be right, it is Star Citizen. Star Citizen has raised 300 million from just under 3 million backers. All of this money is claimed to go directly into the funding of this game, and this game still isn't fully complete. So the answer was Star Citizen, which has been... Yeah, the reason why I apologized is because for some people Star Citizen isn't because it's still not out, and like people are like questioning whether all that money is going to go to it. But current as it stands, it is Star Citizen. Applitas, Quentin, you didn't get it.
We're in the lead!
All right, question number 2. Which of these is the best-selling game on the 3DS? Okay, is it A, Mario Kart 7, B, Pokemon Sun and Moon, or C, Pokemon X and Y? Mario Kart 7, A, Pokemon Sun and Moon, B, Pokemon X and Y, C. All the profanities.
Are they the top 3?
Yes, those are the top 3. So we got
Okay.
Quentin saying A, Reese is saying A. A lot of you are saying A.
Yeah, I want to say A, but I'm not.
Cuddy's saying A.
All right, I'm ready.
Bondos is saying A. ACP saying C, just to be different, but I like it. Let me just check what Reese... Okay, Reese said B in the last one, that's fine. Okay, guys, 3, 2, 1, press enter. Daf Weeks, what you got?
I went Sun and Moon.
Daf Gape.
X and Y.
Wow. It's Mario Kart 7.
Oh, I was going to say it.
So,
I would have said it if it weren't for the fact that we always talk about how they put both games together.
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
So, Pokemon Sun and Moon got 16.25 million. Pokemon X and Y got 16.53 million. And Mario Kart 7 got a juicy 18.94 million. And I think a Mario Kart game is the best-selling title on, like, 5 out of the 10 consoles that Nintendo's ever had. It's crazy. It's
best franchise ever.
Yeah, there we go. So a lot of you got everyone's got at least a point. Everyone's got at least a point, which is great. Okay, don't quote me on it. Which video game does this famous quote come from? Famous, I use it loosely because often these are not famous quotes, but these are from video games. But it does actually use famous in the quote. So, a famous explorer once said, this is the quote by the way, a famous explorer once said that the extraordinary is in what we do, not who we are. Is that Horizon Zero Dawn, Tomb Raider 2013, or Uncharted? A famous explorer once said that the extraordinary is in what we do, not who we are. Is that Horizon Zero Dawn, Tomb Raider 2013, or Uncharted?
All right.
Okay.
Okay, we got a couple of A's. Oh, we got an A, C. Got a B. Let's get C. Who have we got left?
We might as well reveal them early.
Yeah, guys, go for it. 3, 2, 1, press enter.
Oh, we've both gone Uncharted.
Uncharted. The answer, my friends, is Tomb Raider.
Damn it!
It's B, Tomb Raider.
That's the one I thought was least obvious because it's all about who she is.
Yeah.
Like, it's not about what she does, but who she is and who she becomes. She's becoming the Tomb Raider.
Yeah. The answer was Tomb Raider.
God damn it.
That was the answer.
Good game, though.
Yeah, I think it's like £3 online at the moment. I'm really, really tempted to buy it. Because I know you've recommended it a few times. Okay, question number 4. How many games are in the Guitar Hero series? That is the main series plus the band-focused games, okay? Now, I'm not including DLC and add-ons.
What about DJ Hero?
No, the Guitar Hero I'm talking about. So, like, the games are like... So I'll include...
But not Band Hero?
No, so I think I've got 3 options here anyway, so you can go for that. So it's 8, 9, or 10. Okay? So how many games are in the Guitar Hero series? That is the main series plus the band-focused games. Is it 8, 9, or 10?
Okay.
It's interesting because I always played Rock Band with Carl, actually, with Bondos. Bondos was there. I used to play with him. I was always roped in to be the singer, and we played for 4 hours, and I couldn't speak at the end.
Brilliant.
Amazing.
Yeah. I was like, can I play the drums? He was like, no. Not at all.
Can you play them with your mouth?
8, 9, or 10. Okay, what we got? So got you guys. You can go now if you want. 3, 2, 1%. Dav's already gone. Got 8. We got 10.
I went 10.
Couple of 8s.
I went 8.
A lot of 8s. A lot of 8s.
Because every game I was trying to think of was a Rock Band game. I was like, Beatles? No, Rock Band. But then Guitar Hero had Metallica.
So everyone...
Aerosmith.
And now you're a professional singer, you're welcome. Yeah, Carl, that's a good point. So everyone apart from Daf Weeks put 8.
Oh, really?
Daf Weeks put 10. And it's a good thing he did, because it's the right answer.
Yeah!
Wow.
Daf Weeks with a 10.
Have you got a list?
I think I can name,
I don't actually have a list, but
I bet there were 5 like main series, and easily 5.
I think there were
1, 2, 3 World Tour.
I think there were 7 main series, and then 3 of the special band games. And I think they were
Rock the 80s.
There was Aerosmith, Van Halen, and Metallica with the 3.
Van Halen as well, yeah.
Van Halen, yeah.
Boo! It's a fix. Rigged. Oh yeah, it is. Zach's not here.
Yeah.
Usually I send him all the answers. Okay, question number 5.
I think you just send them to anyone that isn't me.
So actually, it's really close so far. It's only a 1-score game. Only a 1-score game. So question number 5. Satoshi Tajiri, the creator of Pokemon, got the idea for the game series because of which reason? Is it A, his pet frog Keiru would often emerge from his garden pond covered in flowers? He collected caterpillars as a child and watched them change into butterflies? Or he witnessed a bird and a lizard fighting at a beach?
Excellent question.
Is it A, his pet frog, B, caterpillars, or C, bird and a lizard duking it out at the beach?
I'm going to hate myself if I get this wrong. Okay.
Couple of A's, couple of B's.
I've gone for caterpillars.
You gone for
Caterpillars, me too.
Caterpillars. I just got to make sure I get everyone's right.
That frog one, though, sounds good.
That frog one, I don't quite even get it. Like, why that would inspire you. I don't know, it sounds weird.
Because Bulbasaur.
Apparently it's Bulbasaur, yeah.
It just sounds fake, though.
Yeah, well, apparently it's Bulbasaur makes it sound like it's right.
Do you guys want to know the answer?
Yeah.
It's because he collected caterpillars as a child.
Yeah!
And changing the butterflies. Yeah, I made up the frog. So actually, Kairu, apparently in Japanese, just means frog. I looked that up. That's what it means.
Nice.
Right.
Did you know most Nintendo franchises are based on insects, collecting insects and gardens?
That doesn't shock me. That's really
Pikmin.
lovely. That's really lovely.
Zelda.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because
Zelda was inspired by.
wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. a lot of the Mario stuff is from and Miyamoto's Garden. And now we know about Pokemon as well.
Pokemon as well. Yes. I like that. All right.
Metroid Prime has a subtle metaphor about
it's about like not bringing plants into like different parts of the world.
Invasive species.
Invasive species all goes wrong.
That's what it's about. All right, play that kazoo. Here we go.
Hey.
There we are.
Oh, do it again.
This one is not multiple choice. This one is
from a game, right? Or a game franchise?
100% from a game, and I know, for instance, you two, I know definitely one of you has played it, 100%.
I recognize it.
And I'm fairly sure the other one has played it as well.
No.
Okay, does everyone want a hint?
No.
I've got an answer. I think it's wrong, but
Okay. Go with your instinct, everyone. Go with your instinct. Go with your instinct. Okay.
Right.
3, 2, 1. Press enter. Daf Gape, what'd you go with?
Halo.
Daf Weeks, what did you go with?
Well, it sounded like we're all going down the pub.
Hey. ACP said a Zelda game, probably a Final Fantasy. You all know me too well. You've gone straight away with my two favorite franchises. I'm gonna give you the answer though, and Daf Gape, you definitely know this because it's from Uncharted, and it's the theme. Oh! It's the theme we used for what's it called it?
You can hear the drums for the Rank the Jank. Uncharted is a
Uncharted is great. That's it. That's it. It's Uncharted. Right.
Annoying.
Question number 7. How long does it take to fully complete Half-Life? This is completionist.
Ooh.
How long does it take to complete Half-Life completionist? Is it 15.5 hours, 16.5 hours, or 17.5 hours?
Right.
ACP, a whole life.
Yeah.
No, half a life.
Very good.
Hey, half a life, yeah. Here we go.
Absolutely.
Okay, you guys got answers?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, press enter.
15.5.
16.5.
Who else we got? We got 2 A's, got a B. One more time. How long does it take to complete Half-Life completionist, I should say? 15.5 hours, 16.5 hours, or 17.5 hours? I need one from Reese, Apatas, and Cutty. Where's my Cutty? Great, Cutty, there we go. Cutty's got one. Just you, Apatas.
We're all going down the pub.
We're all going down the pub. I'm gonna have to give you a time there. Ding 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 ding.
All right. How come it's always either that or Countdown? Those are literally the only two.
I think they're the best ones.
Times running out songs.
Okay, we do have answers from everyone, and the answer is.
Time is running out.
Okay, we'll do that next time.
15.5 hours.
Yes!
Damn.
Which means quite a few of you got that, actually. Quite a few of you got that. And do you want to know how long it takes to just beat the game?
8.
12.
4.
Which is very close. It doesn't take that much longer to actually complete. Like, I would just completionist the game. I think it's 3 more hours. Okay, question number 8. This one doesn't have answers, so you just have to guess.
Right. It has an answer.
It doesn't have answers.
I doesn't have, I don't give you 3 options, is what I mean.
This is a rhetorical question.
Rhetorical question.
Yes, this is philosophical and...
I didn't know what answer I was picking from appetizer.
Question 8. Know what I mean?
Question 8. In a case of mistaken identity, character does some chores to finally get that holiday they deserve.
Say it again.
In a case of mistaken
yes.
identity, character does some chores to finally get that holiday they deserve.
Got it. I think this is the only one I've been 100% sure on ever.
In a case of mistaken identity, character does some chores to get the holiday they deserve.
I don't know why that was entertaining for me, but you repeating that was actually quite great.
A holiday they deserve?
Also, I've been watching a lot of Taskmaster recently.
I love Taskmaster.
How
Great
good
stuff.
is that show?
It's fantastic.
It's so good.
The best thing.
Honestly, it's so great. Why do you put us through this torture? I'm so sorry. I love it though. I genuinely love it. I am gonna have to give
sadist.
I am gonna have to give you some time though. Let's give you another 20 seconds.
Our time is running out.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay. If anyone
We
else
did all
answers,
3 that time.
Yeah, I've got
no
one.
answers. Okay,
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Press enter, guys. What have you got?
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank.
Mario Sunshine,
It
bitches!
is Mario Sunshine.
Uh,
In a case of mistaken identity, character does some chores to finally get that holiday they deserve. Okay, question number 9. Before settling on the name Minecraft, what was the game originally called? Okay. Before settling on the name Minecraft, what was the game originally called? Was it Cave Game, Stone Builder, or Block World? Before settling on the name Minecraft, what was the game originally called? Is it Cave Game, Stone Builder, or Block World?
I'm going to be really upset because I think I know the answer to this. If I get it wrong, I'm going to have to question everything I thought I knew.
So we got a couple of C's.
Oh, bit harsh.
Bondos with an A. Who have we got?
I bet.
Who else
Is it a big A?
Hey,
He's a high achiever.
Cave Game was that A. ACP said A as well. Who are we missing? 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool, just one more, I think.
Well, I've gone. What have you gone with, Dav?
Yeah, you guys go as well.
Gone with Cave Game.
Me too.
So you two gone with Cave Game, and the answer is Cave Game.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So I believe Bondos actually got that. Everyone else said C. Everyone else
Ha!
Oh, and
Idiots.
ACP said A. ACP
There we go.
said A. Everyone got thrown off by Block World. ACP, what are you talking about? You and Big Al have got 3 so far. You've got 3, which is good.
Block World is the better name, but of course it was Cave Game.
Yeah.
Because it was with one guy and isn't mining the main focus being underground.
I'm often
irrelevant.
I'm very impressed with myself often when I come up with these names. I'm like, yes, that sounds like it could be a game. I'm just storing them in my head for when I eventually make a multi-billion-dollar company and need to make a game about blocks. Okay, question number 10.
I think Roblox got ahead of you on that
Roblox
one.
got ahead of me on that, yeah. Al is the MVP, she gets all the points. This is the Wheel of Misfortune. This is my wheel, and the misfortune comes after I spin it. Last week we had Daf Gape. What are we going to have this week?
And I still got it wrong, I think.
No, you got it right. It was Guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
It's Dav G again! What is this madness? Dav G question. Here we go. It's Dav G question. Also, I've actually added options to all of these questions because sometimes I think it's nice to have it focused on the person, but also give options to people who have no idea. So here we go.
You're too kind,
The
Jonny.
question is, what's the name of the primary protagonist from Gears 5? Is it Dina, Kate, or Maria?
Complicated question, that.
What's the name of the... Yeah, primary protagonist is what I put. Specifically, primary protagonist from Gears 5.
Multiple protagonist
Multiple
game.
protagonist, yes.
Gears 5.
Is it Dina, Kate, or Maria?
Fun fact, not fun fact, a fact. I had a 3-player co-op. It's 3-player co-op. I had a 3-player co-op game going on Gears 5. One of us on an Xbox Series X, one of us on a Series S, and one of us on Xbox One. And we had so many tech issues, we gave up.
Really?
Ooh. Yeah, we got 2 acts in, and we were like, we just can't. With 2 minutes, there's once every time we played, there'd be a point where like, oh no, something was supposed to happen there and it didn't. Now we're just stuck in this area, so you've got to restart it and hope it happens.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's bad.
Just waiting for Reese, and then you guys. So it's up to you. Do you guys want to go? 3, 2, 1. You press enter.
Dina.
And Daf Gape, what have you gone for?
Kate.
The answer is
with the correct spelling.
Kate. With the correct
Kate
spelling.
Diaz.
Which means this is absolutely bonkers. Okay, we have a 3-way tie.
Ooh.
And believe it or not, it's Daf Gape, Daf Weeks, and Catty.
Hey!
Catty, well done.
Champions!
Yeah, 3. Oh,
Tiebreaker.
fine.
Tiebreaker.
Okay. It's a 3-way. Okay.
Best kind.
Okay. Should we do a tiebreaker? Should we do a tiebreaker?
Zach's Wheel of Misfortune.
Just for you 3, because otherwise that'll cause even more chaos if you all get it. But then again, if you all get to say the right answer.
Screw it.
Okay, that's fine. Let's just do a tiebreaker.
Whatever the champion is.
Zach is not here. Let's just do a tiebreaker, and if you all get the same one, then I quit. All right. Which country? I'm not going to give you the options for this.
I was going to say maybe don't make.
Yeah, I won't give you the options. Which country is Resident Evil 4 set in?
Oh no.
Oh gosh.
Which country is Resident Evil 4 set in? Gents, make sure you don't look at the chat because
yeah.
Catty, so I just need an answer from Catty.
Is it a real country or a fake country?
It's a real country.
Okay. Oh my gosh. I think I know where Resident Evil 5 is set. Do you want to change the question?
Which country is Resident Evil 4 set in? What we'll do is give me an answer, and then whoever's the closest to the country geographically, I'll give
amazing.
That's a really fun way of doing it. Okay.
So you give me an answer.
Right, what's in the middle of the world? I don't know.
Okay, all right. I'm going.
Wait, Dan, just making sure I got the right answer because I don't want to get this wrong.
Yeah, all right. I'm putting this in.
Okay, I've got the right answer.
Okay.
Catty, have you got an answer? Okay. Catty's got an answer. Daf Gape, what have you gone with?
Spain.
Daf Weeks, what have you gone with?
Ecuador.
And Catty has also gone with Spain, which is the correct answer.
Oh no! I thought it was South America.
I almost changed it to South America.
We don't have any more questions to give, so we'll have to leave it there, which means that Catty and Daf Gape are this week's joint champions. But Daf Weeks, I'm going to throw you in there as well, because you're also kind of... We didn't really get a time. It should have been closest to a number, really. What number am I thinking? That's what it should have been.
Spain.
Yeah, Spain. Oh my God. That's right. But that is the end of podcast number 54. Thank you so much for listening today. Thank you so much for participating as well. We love doing these quizzes with everyone. Well done, Catty. You're an absolute legend. If you enjoy the show, then please follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Tell your friends and give us a review or a comment because that really would mean quite a lot to us. And if you would like to support us, then please go onto our Patreon page, Video Games Ahoy. I've said this for so many weeks now. We need to start thinking about... We're probably going to end up doing like back-to-back episodes of the Hall of Fame. I want to see if we can do the history of stuff soon because I think that'll be a lot of fun. That might just be specifically on Patreon, though, so that might be the only issue, that's all. But we'll put that out.
Catch those Patreon exclusives, folks.
I think
costs £1, and you get access to all of them immediately.
Exactly, you get access to everything we have. And we're also proud to say we're affiliated with Greenman Gaming, so check the link in the description. That is there as well. We're all streaming. Well, I say we're all streaming. I'm hopefully going to be streaming soon. But Daf Gape is streaming on DavEG, so make sure you check him out. And like I said earlier, hit the Discord link as well. Daf Gape, congratulations on your quiz victory. Daf Weeks,
thank you very much.
Congratulations on your victory. But Catty, well done as well. We love you. Congratulations. Thank you so much. That is the end of the podcast. Have a lovely evening, everyone. And otherwise, that's it. Take care.
Bye. Bye.
Tatty, bye.